I never knew LA had such a thriving elderly Filipino community. This is American Kickboxer 2 on Stinger Madness.
Stinger Madness. Stinger Madness. Stinger Madness. We got the Stinger Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinger Madness. I'm your host, Justin. This is the podcast about bad movies. I got Sam and I've got Jackie.
Hiya!
Chop chop. Well, kind of. Hiya.
Hiya with long hair.
It was mostly just pulling your pants up way too high and walking around town.
Hi, yikes.
Yikes, indeed. This movie is silly.
I loved it.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. This was a sleeper for sure.
Silly.
Hollywood good-looking guy. Yeah, he was
Wait.
good-looking.
Who?
And Mike, butthole cop guy with the sweatpants with a half boner halfway through the movie. He's got a boner most of the movie. Like
He's
a
good-looking?
semi. No, not the cop guy with the sweatpants with the semi.
The other guy.
The other guy with the long Fabio hair.
Dale Cook. Dale Cook is...
Dale Cook's the guy in the sweatpants. Evan Lurie is the guy with the hair.
Yeah, the hair guy.
Really?
Tacos.
Tacos? Okay.
Tacos.
I'm flabbergasted. I would not have seen this because you are one of the most hateful people when it comes to guys that have long curly hair and look like they have not showered in quite some time.
He was looking good.
I am shocked.
He looks like he just rolled in from douche Baggerton.
Yeah, dude, he looked like he had been like out of the shower for every scene that he was in. He's like, yeah, I just got out of the shower and I'm not going to let my hair dry because then it'll frizz up and then I'll look stupid.
He looks like the guy that's the front man for the band that opened for Winger.
You know, he's probably got somebody in the background that's got a spray bottle. They're like, oh, you're looking a little dry there, Mr. Handsome.
I know exactly what his secret is.
Pomade.
No, it's baby oil.
Ooh.
I mean, that was popular. I remember when the brief stint I lived in California, everybody was like, oh, you can make your hair look like that. You just put baby oil in there, and you did it once, and you're like, how the fuck would you walk around like this?
That's
look
disgusting.
Exactly like Evan Lurie, and I'm slippery. I am impossible to catch.
My mind is being changed by the baby oil. I'm like, oh, that's gross, dude. That is so gross.
I will divulge a little secret about where Sam and I grew up. Is one of our rivals in high school is a small community that had a sawmill in it, and
on top of the river.
The sawmill would dump its excess waste into the river.
It was actually, I thought it was that they would spray those logs to keep them from
log
drying
oil,
out,
right,
and
yeah,
the log oil would
the
just
log
get
oil.
into the river. But they drank that water.
They showered in it, and it became part of them. And so when you play these people in football, they were slippery naturally. Like, not greased up guys looking tough. They were just greasy guys.
Did they all have bad acne?
Yes.
Most of them did,
yes,
yeah.
they did.
That's gross.
And then they all got pregnant, and they still live there. So fuck those guys.
Small town, nothing to do but
Anyways,
drugs, alcohol, and pregnancy.
American Kickboxer or American Kickboxer 2. That's going to be hard to differentiate the two because, A, this is not a sequel, and B, there's no kickboxing in this movie.
Gotta call it AK2.
Yeah, AK2. I like it.
There's some street justice fighting.
Oh, there's
Well,
street
but
justice.
that doesn't have anything to do
And
with
they give
American kickboxing.
Well, yeah, there's no
Kickboxer.
tournament or anything. There's just some guys standing around in a crappy warehouse, and they're like, that's right, you guys are going to fight to the death.
I am led to believe that those guys don't actually work. But I am also led to believe that the guys in the warehouse, that's not, this was kickboxing Thursday. Wednesday was a whole different thing.
That's the day that they give out free shrimp?
No, I don't think that they have free shrimp at this, warehouse. I think it's a little bit more insidious than that. More like, maybe like a hang-down contest.
Oh, I was going to say that was Saturdays, and people usually don't show up to that.
What's a hang-down contest?
You decide who has the biggest hang-down.
I don't understand what that means.
Wieners.
Your wiener, Jaggy.
Oh my god. That'd be like the longest tit contest for old ladies.
Longest tit, grody. Nobody wants a long tit. Well, either way.
Well, that's just more differences in the male and female anatomy, I suppose.
Back to small towns and American Kickboxer, AK2, as it shall be called henceforth. This takes place in L.A., which is not a small town.
It's supposed to take place in L.A.
It does not take place in L.A.
It was obvious when the elephant ran through the background.
That didn't happen.
No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. But it would have been funny if it did.
It was obvious when the entire cast was made up of Filipino men, and all the signs were written in Filipino.
My favorite was the old guy with the fishing hat and the fishing vest. Like, he was obviously on his way for some leisurely activity, and they're like, hey, do you want to be in a movie? And he's like, well...
If you keep an eye out through this thing, there's signs throughout the movie that don't make sense.
Well, you have to double keep an eye out, because you have to keep an eye out for the shots that actors are in, and then the shots that actors aren't in.
Yes, but the shots that actors are in where they have signs written in English, they were not done properly for the most part. They, like, a lot of them don't say what is written on there doesn't make sense in our language.
Like, oops, good deals?
Actually, I think Oops Good Deals was actually a stock shot. That's a real store.
Oh my
store.
God.
That's a real store on Sunset.
Sausalito and El Segundo, L.A. What a place. Well, what were your guys' thoughts on American Kickboxer? We know that we all loved it, but why did you love this film?
Sexy, greasy, oily man.
Oh, that is not it. That can't be it. That just can't be it.
Old guy who was supposed to be in a gang with a fishing hat on, who then had a machine gun later, and man, he was really good at being a badass. And then fat guy who was married to a supermodel, who then tries to shoot supermodel lady in the face for a plumbing supply store franchise.
It's a fortune.
He's just flushing away his future.
Oh.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
These are all pipe dreams.
You know, I think there's two guys in this movie that lay some pipe.
That sucks.
One pipe. Just one pipe.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I guess there's actually three pipes that could be laid in this movie.
What?
Three's Company
Well,
at
there's
the end.
her pipe,
Yeah.
and then there's their pipes.
Ladies don't have pipes, Justin. We have holes.
Whatever.
Anyway,
I'm
well,
just
there's
saying.
also there's Lily's pipe, the hooker's pipe, and then Francis's pipe.
Those are the obvious pipes.
Yeah,
Those are the
accessible pipes.
exposition pipes that are laid in this film. I think the end of the film inexplicitly names another two pipes that get laid. But Sam, what's your favorite part of this film, or what's your why did you choose American Kickboxer 2?
Why did I choose it? Because
Yes.
it's ridiculous.
Okay.
In fact, I have every time I watch it, I get a new favorite part. That's why. That's why I chose
That's
it.
a good way to describe this film.
It was the old guy in the green t-shirt that obviously was not into being in a fight scene this time around.
Is that the one that had the striped shirt that fell on like the sandbags
Yes.
or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Is it over yet? Can I leave?"
That's totally what it looked like.
I also have to move all this equipment out after we get done shooting, and I'm tired.
Is there craft services for
They
me?
did not have craft
They
services
do
on
not,
this ship.
no. Not in Manila. But the movie is about two dudes who don't like each other. One of them has had an affair with the other's wife, and they have no relationship other than that one tie together, per se.
That one pipe.
That one pipe, connecting pipe, they're like the Mario Brothers.
I'm going with the hole.
And she gets kidnapped, this daughter, and so they have to team up to save her. And along the way, they discover a little bit about themselves
Yeah, and the world.
and the world.
So they're both in love with this ultra hot older lady.
She's not ultra
Kathy
hot.
Shower.
Kathy Shower.
I thought she looked all right in this film.
I
Yeah, she
did
looks
too. I
okay,
thought she
but
looked
I'm
pretty
not-
good.
I'm just not sold on Kathy Shower.
I thought her face was better than I was expecting. I mean, she was a playmate, but I was expecting it to be all rack at age 33 when she was in Playmate, or when she was in Playboy. I thought she was actually kind of pretty.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Huge
butt,
rack,
Sam.
Huge rack for
It
sure.
doesn't come out.
No, it does not
Yeah,
come out.
that was a little
but,
disappointing. But the tight pants and the tight shirt there at the end when she's running through the beach, it's like,
Yeah,
get that kid out of the way. We want to see those jugs juggle.
I want to stick on Kathy Shower for just a second.
You want to stick on her, huh?
Okay, so I know
Good thing she's in the shower.
On it.
I know Kathy Shower from this film and a movie called Robo Chick, which is coming up. She is a stinker movie queen.
39 credits.
39 credits of bad movies. Now, let's compare her for 1 minute, the acting that Kathy Shower delivers in this movie, to another Playmate stinker queen, Erica Eleniak.
They're both terrible.
Who's better, though?
Only...
Not better looking, but better at being in film.
The lady from this movie,
Kathy Shower.
Kathy Shower.
Probably.
I think she did all right, man. I think she actually did one of the better performances from a Playmate that I've ever seen.
I wanted to say Under Siege, but Erica Eleniak is terrible.
She's awful.
Dude,
in
all
Under
she does
Siege.
is pop out of a cake and be like, boom, look at my boobs.
Yeah, but
I
every
have-
time she's holding a gun, you're just like, oh no.
Or she doesn't deliver her lines either.
She doesn't deliver a line. She looks just fake as shit. She is a walking set of boobs in that movie, which is fine.
She has, at least that is an iconic piece, her jumping out of the cake, because you can say Erica Eleniak in almost any company and you'll receive who? And you just go, the tits that jump out of the cake and Under Siege, and they go, oh yeah.
Right, which you don't have to, you can't have with Kathy Shower unless you are a fan of this podcast, basically.
I don't know. I would have liked to see that in this movie.
I wanted to see something.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
me
I think
too.
you're going to see more
Just the
Kathy
karate
Shower in
lady's
the
boobs
future.
was, yeah.
Anyways, so there's these two
Her
dudes.
boobs were terrible. Like, they were small and weird, pointy. Like, they probably were going
okay.
to take that guy's eye out.
No, they were alright.
Well, the movie starts out with the credit sequence of L.A., so that it's established
I would...
that it is clearly L.A. that this movie is filmed
The
in.
way that it's cut together, even though it's supposed to be LA, and it's a different movie in a different town, when you're watching it, you're like, did I accidentally put Beverly Hills Cop in?
It is very similar to...
It is like, is what they could do to copy the beginning of Detroit in Beverly Hills Cop with LA stock shots, they did to the T at the beginning of this film.
The piece from the credits that I really take away is the theme song, Fight for Power, Fight the Power.
Fight for power.
Fight the power! Because it switches, but
Does it?
it's very similar to the opening theme song from Beverly Hills Cop, which the name of escapes me, but it's still that butt saxophone, soulish woman singing about representing type stuff.
Like, if there was a place where movie guys mingled, that B movie guys and A movie guys mingled, what is it, Gino
Hodai?
Yeah, Gino Hodai be walking
The
by,
director.
and the Beverly Hills Cop, if Don Simpson, rest his soul, was still alive, he'd be like, hey, that's the guy! And then, like, 10 steps later, when he's out of
So
earshot...
hold on. What you're saying is that
He would
Gino
recognize him.
Hodai in real life is the character that he plays in this film.
Yes.
That's the guy.
That's the
there
guy.
he is. I know that it's
And
Attila.
then, so he'd be like, that's the guy, and then they do, like, a point wave thing, and then, like, 10 steps later, when Hodai's out of the earshot, Simpson, the guy standing next to Don Simpson, be like, who's that? He's like, that's the dickhead that stole the beginning of my movie.
Do not ever go to a strip joint with him. Ever. Best advice I could possibly give you.
Don Simpson or Gino Hodai?
Gino Hodai.
I think I'd rather go with him than Don Simpson.
Fuck, I
Did
don't
you
know
hear
about
how
this
Don
Gino
Simpson
Hodai guy.
died?
No.
Stripper suffocation?
No, he just blew. He put all the coke in his nose, and then his guts blew out of his ass on the toilet.
Oh my god, that's gross.
Well, who doesn't that happen to? Anyways, next is Tackleberry.
What?
Tackleberry.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of cokeheads,
Tackleberry.
Tackleberry's at home playing with the kids and the wife, and everything's perfect in Tackleberry world, so you're led to believe.
You know, I always had a hard time with Tackleberry. I never had a hard time with Tackleberry in Police Academy, just because it's the comedy body and all that, and he's Mr. Guns.
Mm-hmm.
He's a doof.
He's a doofus. Yeah, sure.
In this, you're just like, wow, this guy's a doofus, because he's got a polo tucked into his swimming trunks.
And the
It's-
brightly colored swimming trunks.
Yeah,
that we
it's
should
the
mention.
worst move. It's
These
the worst
swimming
move.
trunks that are too small.
Yeah,
Flowered swimming trunks. Well, they're trunks at
thigh
least.
high.
They're not a bikini, at least.
But he's tucked a shirt into swimming trunks.
He probably would have tucked his shirt into a Speedo.
If he was only
I reckon.
wearing briefs, his shirt would be tucked
I'm
into
sure
it.
that. Now, I think that Tackleberry, whatever his actual name is, which I'm not going to be bothered with because he's Tackleberry, I think is a fine actor.
I think it's Dave Hodge.
I respect his art. I also think that if you were to go to one of the water slide places in the world, he would be the guy that wears his shirt. He keeps his shirt on at all times. He showers in his shirt.
And it's tucked into whatever he's
And
wearing.
it's tucked into his butt crack if
Yeah.
he has no pants on.
He just gets a boner
Yeah.
and then tucks it into the crease.
You cannot...
Like
just
where the boner meets the pelvis, there's enough there you can just tuck your shirt in. Right there. If you got nothing else.
Oh, Tackleberry. Well, Tackleberry's got a perfect existence, and they're out at the pool, and it's a typical California summer day, and Susie, his daughter, who's, what do you guys think, like 6, 7?
Annoying.
Definitely annoying, but age-wise, 6, 7?
6, 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
She's playing at the pool, but they need to go in, him and Kathy Showers, and have a little bone down time in the kitchen, leaving
While
Susie-
making smoothies.
While making smoothies. Well, nothing sexier than smoothies and Kathy Shower, of course. They go hand in hand. Every time I have a smoothie, I have a little Kathy Shower. However, I've never seen Kathy Shower in a movie before this one, so I don't know where I'm going with
And
that.
I've certainly never seen Kathy Shower in a smoothie.
Well,
But I've seen a smoothie in a shower.
Tackleberry wants to get some butt.
You've never seen a smoothie in the shower?
Nope.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Tackleberry would
Two
like...
birds with one stone. Wash your balls, have some breakfast.
That's gross, Sam.
Just don't get it wrong. Get a mouthful of shampoo and balls full of mango.
Oh my god. Well, at least you smell good all day.
Sticky. Sticky.
Pulling out the pubes.
So, Tackleberry's getting a handful in the kitchen, and Susie's still out at the pool. The parents do not appear to care about Susie's safety. That's what I take away from this scene is that it's like, fuck Susie, let her drown.
She must be a strong swimmer.
She must be a strong swimmer because Susie's crayon book, is that what goes in the pool?
Paper.
Paper.
Yeah, her precious paper, her art that nobody gives a shit
sucks.
about.
She sucks. You can see it on the wall periodically. She's not going to art school, I'll tell you that
and
much.
Tackleberry and Kathy Shower are just dipping in the pool, and Gran is going everywhere, and they don't fucking care because they know that Susie's art sucks. They'd
know-
rather be in the kitchen getting handfuls of smoothies.
What sucks about that, like, crappy kid art that we're making fun of right now, somebody in the art department had to make that.
It wasn't Susie?
To make it look like it was a kid. And they're sitting there the whole time, and they're like, that's not good enough. What do you mean it's not good enough? It's
too
shitty.
shitty.
I went to Columbia.
Oh, that person's hopes and dreams are dashed. Well, Susie, something happens to Susie.
She fights the power.
She fights the power. She gets her crayons, though. Thank God she gets her crayon book. She gets that fine art back before a fucking chopper shows up with a guy and a rappel.
Just comes out of nowhere hot, like helicopter, and he's just like, zip, right on in the
That's
pool.
one of the hottest rappels I've ever seen, like, speed-wise. Not, like,
I think
wow, that's cool.
that because there are so many non-dangerous stunts in this movie. That one's dangerous.
Yeah, that's one of the more dangerous stunts, for sure.
He just goes right into the pool
A guy
fast.
attached to a safety harness is one of the more dangerous
It
stunts in this
seems,
film.
when you watch it, to me, like he just cuts the line loose.
Mm-hmm.
He just, like, whatever the little clasp that you have when you're rappelling, he just opens that thing up and then ass flops into the pool.
He's going into a pool that's 3 feet deep, so you got plenty of padding there. 3 feet of water at 60 miles an hour. Yeah,
Yeah, he's fine.
he's okay. Well, he grabs Susie, but make sure to shoot some bodyguard. Where do those bodyguards come from?
I get bodyguards a lot when you're a plumbing
A
supplier.
plumbing supplier. Yeah, that are packing heat. Mind you.
And this is, after you've watched it a few times, you know that the inside man is Tackleberry, and you see that there's different little tip-offs in the beginning is that they trank the help. Because he's like, these are good guys.
Right.
Don't kill these guys. These are good guys.
But they never show up again.
They're in a later shot when when the guys show up and they're pretending to be Pedro's lawn service or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, they're
They're there like being dickheads.
This movie is so dumb. Seriously. Why? Oh god damn it. Why even have those guys from the beginning? Obviously, because not to mention
which guys? Any of the guys?
No, the bodyguards.
Because
ignore the you're in charge of a plumbing company.
I'm using my question now.
Okay.
Why even have these guys?
Why even have these guys?
Now, when I say that, I apply that to
all of the guys.
Everybody in the movie.
Why? Yeah, I'm
so Kathy Shower brings in her guys. Why even have these guys?
Right. That's what my question is why even have those bodyguard guys if you got these other guys?
And why even have these guys if you've got the bodyguard guys?
Yeah, no shit. And the parent question is, why have guys at all?
And if you're gonna kidnap a girl from dickheads, you don't need to have an army of guys. Why do you have these guys?
Who are the bodyguards guarding?
I would imagine they're guarding Tackleberry.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I think they're there to guard Tackleberry. What's Tackleberry's job?
To swing his balls in her face and keep her interested so that she does not divorce him and he does not lose his livelihood and his job.
That's his interest. That's his
He's the
idiom.
CEO of the plumbing.
What is his official title?
He's the CEO of the plumbing supply company.
Why wouldn't she be the CEO?
Because this is the 80s and the women folk don't do that.
She's the executor of her father's estate. He has taken over operations of the company.
Was she rich before she married Tackleberry?
Yes.
She was, but not like as rich as she is after her dad died.
So here you go. You're rich. You're a rich Kathy Shower, per se. You meet Tackleberry. He's not handsome. He's kind of a little bit chubby. Doesn't really have a strong resume. Not much going for him. You marry him. You have no prenup. You set him up as the CEO of your plumbing fortune company. Duh!
Why even have that guy?
Why have that guy?
Because she just like, oh, I don't want to ruin my dad's legacy. Well, you're not going to take over it. You're going to have this guy still run the place.
She could probably have Charlie Sheen in 1985.
Go public. Let him take care of it. Don't marry him.
A bang guy.
Something.
Yeah. It's fucking dumb. Tackleberry. Well, either way, Susie's stolen. She's kidnapped. And the kidnapper calls.
Xavier.
We want $1 million.
He calls from the helicopter. And it's like, he must have TCI because it's got, or no, it was Sprint pin drop call quality. You could hear a pin drop, Jackie. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I have 4 problems with this. Number 1
Only 4.
is a underspoken stinker staple. People do not know how phones work in bad movies. They have no concept. This is like the 6th time that people not understanding how telephones work in bad movies has come up. This is an underrated cliche. So he calls her. There's the cell phone reception problem because this isn't
even the worst of how phones work.
This is, he cannot place a call. First off, you cannot place that call today. Talking inside voice in a chopper. We would like $1 million voice, not we want $1 million.
What?
Number.
I'm gonna call you back.
Number 3. Put me on speaker, and she does not
do anything.
She does not push a button.
It's just a normal phone. It doesn't have a speaker. You can tell by the horn that she's talking into that it's just a normal phone. And then she doesn't even push a button. You can just hear him now.
And he's on speaker. Number 4, are you listening? And then he nods, or she nods, and he goes, okay, now I can continue talking.
So bad.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. The worst is later when she's talking to somebody else. I think it's David. And then the maid comes up with the phone and Tackleberry's like, the phone's for you. She's already on the phone. It's a different phone, yes, but she's already on it. She can't be using it twice. She's not receiving calls. She's already on one.
There's too many phones. Well, either way, yeah, he says, give me Another confusion point. Is it $1 million that he wants, or is it $2 million?
It's $2 million, and she's already got $1 million. She just needs another $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So she's got to go to Uncle Francis for the other $1 million.
Who is just the typical eccentric weirdo.
Oh?
I just wanted to punch Uncle Francis right in the throat.
I like Uncle
Just
Francis.
steal his fucking dog.
The more I watch the movie, and I have questions like, why do you have these guys? There's only one guy that I know that why he has that guy. Pablo, who he's painting. Why does he?
I know why he has that
I know
guy.
why he has that guy.
I definitely am that's very clear.
And Francis doesn't give a fuck about plumbing. He has a lifestyle that he likes, and he wanted to get bought out of his share of the company.
He is definitely the most Californian man in this movie.
And you know what? They should have bought him out to begin with, and I know it was a rough situation, and yes, he may have seemed advantageous, but I think Francis does the right thing.
I think he's asking a little high. 20 mil?
I think he calculated his share, and he took it, and he's out. Whatever, I'm out. If your daughter gets kidnapped again and you just need, me to give you money for it, I'll be happy to. I just don't want any of this plumbing fucking business anymore. I have young men's to paint with, oil on canvas and other things. Other things, Jackie.
Wieners.
Wieners.
He likes the wieners.
Yeah, Uncle Francis is
That's some
definitely...
fine art.
And Pablo's like, oh, fuck it, I don't care, man. I'm getting paid. I live in this mansion
Yeah, he gets
to
to
take
live
my
in a
shirt
mansion.
off. Oh, Pablo. I'm not so sure if Pablo makes it out of this one.
Pablo's dead in the basement after a month.
After his good looks are ruined, Pablo is destitute.
I think Francis keeps him around.
After he blows out his O-ring, he's like, no, you're done. To the basement with you, Pablo.
I think that after Pablo,
Basement.
he starts to go bald, and it's like, you know what, Pablo? It's been 10 years, man. I don't care. I love you, Pablo.
Oh,
You silly bastard. I love
Francis
you.
and Pablo.
Yeah, that's true
Those
love, man.
guys.
No, it's not.
Jackie doesn't believe in true love. She only believes in pure evil.
Maybe.
Well, either way, speaking of pure evil, there's a kidnapping happening. Kathy wants to call Mike, or Lily. We should reference her name as Lily. Kathy Shower's character is Lily. She wants to call this guy named Mike. Hey, we got to bring in some guys to get Susie back. I got a guy named Mike.
I know just the guy.
Well, it turns out Mike is a karate cop with a toothpick.
Who is her ex-husband?
Who is her ex-husband, and I guess badass?
Super cop.
He's a super cop that knows karate.
With a semi-boner for most of the movie in
That's
his sweatpants?
Supposed to be the message is that Mike is a super cop. When you're watching it, there's many. Huh? One of the huhs here is that he doesn't seem like a super cop. What he seems like is his partner is the most inept police officer who has ever lived.
Okay.
Because really, what does Mike do that's amazing? He gets in a fight and beats the guys up.
Chases guys. He chases
Yeah, so
guys.
he's chasing the guys, and then he jumps over the fence after him. The other guy's like, I can't handle your lone wolf shit. And it's like, no, that's what you do. You jump over the fence after him, you fucking jackass. You
Yeah.
need to get over the fucking fence,
you're
too.
the worst cop that
You are the worst cop ever.
Yeah.
Get your ass over that fucking fence.
You get out there and you find
Loser.
that fucking dog. Well, Tackleberry has a problem with it because it's her ex-husband. So he says, "No, Mike. No, Mike's out."
Howard, you're not the man for this job.
Yeah, Howard is
That
not
was
the
a
man for
really
this
good
job.
impression.
Yeah, that's the best Kathy Shower impression I've ever heard.
Oh.
Well done. Well, she's got another guy.
But she's talking about, that's the conversation. She's like, you're not the man for this job. I know the man for this job, and I know just the guy. But you just said that 3 minutes ago. And then she calls another guy, and as a viewer, the first time you watch it, you go, what?
This sets up a continuing thing for the rest of the movie. Okay, so we'll talk about this more at the end. This starts Kathy Shower on a path, for sure. Lily. Hey, I've got this guy. I've also got this guy, whose name is David. He is a karate guy with naked pool girls.
The hunk.
He starts off on a motorcycle with a voiceover monologue about how in a city like this, you gotta live like a man who does some stuff.
Die like a cop.
He's
But
not even
I'm not a cop. I'm a karate guy.
Violence isn't the way. Riding motorcycles.
Yeah, he's doing his best Seagal. That's what I don't get, is how you have such a crush on this guy, and he's just a greasy Steven Seagal who is already greasy.
I liked his smile.
Greasy Steven Seagal who's already greasy. Excellent.
What are you seeing here?
I think that's how the casting went.
Oh, please. I ordered you the wig from eBay. It should be here in like
Evans,
a week.
I get. If you were to say Ewan McGregor, I would understand. Brad Pitt, everybody wants to bang.
Evan
Lurie?
No, I don't want to bang him. I think he's hot and like he could be one of my entourage friends that I could be like, oh yeah, that guy's just my friend. I won't let him sleep with me because he's greasy, but you're never going to tell anybody that. Be like, oh, he really, really likes me, but I'm just not into him. And that way you look superior to other women. Like, that guy wants you and you're just like not interested. Yeah, that's right. And then the other girls are like, oh my God, he's like a dreamboat. And I'm like, yeah, he's just my friend.
Have you heard him speak?
Yeah. That's why you don't let him speak. You take him to nightclubs and discos where he just passes around drinks.
Rambo, what mean expendable? and then Rambo's like, he's like a professor of English when he delivers that line.
Compared to
And
Evan Lurie.
he on set they're doing that, and then I think it's Furstenberg that does Rambo too. Maybe it's not, but they're like, he did better than Evan Lurie.
Evan Lurie is he's one of the worst actors I have ever witnessed. The other guy, Dale Cook, is at least trying. He is at least giving it his all. His all is shit, but he's doing his best. Dale Cook is there and not there.
I would invite them both in for tea.
Oh, I would totally like to have them both over for tea. But either way, we need to move on with the movie. So, Susie, she gets them both over there.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a pickle. The reason she gets
There used to
them
be a couple
over
of
there,
pickles.
neither of these guys want to help her. Like, oh, fuck you, Lily. You've done to me wrong.
Oh, they're both secretly still in love with her.
Oh, totally. That's a no-duh. But, like, I want to have nothing more to do with you because as soon as I go down that road again, it's a one-way road to Noseville.
To No Bonerville.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're
that's the best
going
I could
for
do,
there.
and that's fairly comparable dialogue to this film. But Lily has a plan. David, we have a daughter.
Yep.
She's yours, she's beautiful, and she's been kidnapped.
What? And that changes because I think that's the
Hold on, I have got call waiting. Hello? Oh, is this Mike?
What's the deal, girl? Your birthday dude.
Mike, I'm so glad that you called. I have some news. We have a daughter. Her name is Susie, and she's beautiful, and she's been kidnapped.
What's with a lot of deal, murder? Your birthday.
Hold on. The other line is beeping.
Okay.
That's basically pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do a better impression of these two tickets. Well, they both show up like, oh, we got to get over there. We got to help. I got to rescue my daughter. Little realizing that Lily has invited both of them over with the same exact line.
And with 7 years worth of back child support that she is ready to pocket from
These
Captain
guys
Hollywood.
Can't pay 7 years in child support.
The rich
Evan
guy
Lurie
with the
could.
long hair, he could do it.
Is he rich? He's got a pool. That's about it.
Dude, they say that he's a Hollywood
Playboy.
Hollywood playboy. He's got
He's-
lots of money. He's supposed to have lots of money, lots of women.
I think that he is the opposite of a bang lady. He's a bang karate guy.
I
No,
bet
they say
that his-
rich.
Yeah,
on
they
at
say
least
he's rich.
7 occasions.
Doing what?
Being awesome.
Karate guying.
Being
and
Evan Lurie in real
beating
life.
up children and ladies in his backyard and then banging said ladies?
Yeah, that pays well,
Huh.
as I understand it.
I guess it is L.A. and it's a weird place. We've seen Beyond
I'd never
the
be
Valley
able
of the
to make
Dolls.
it.
Well, anyway, they
With
both
that
show
new
up.
mustache that you're sporting. Wow, you could make it.
So they show up together.
They could get on your handlebar
Kinda.
mustache and be like,
They kind of show up together at McDonald's. And then they
take
fight
the
at
bus to fucking
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Why are they both at McDonald's?
You know why they're at McDonald's? Because there's a McDonald's in Manila, and they can go, hey,
Hey,
this is America.
this is L.A. For sure, it's got a McDonald's in it.
because the hot
See?
stays hot and the cool stays cool. That was the thing for the Big Mac.
Oh,
Never mind.
Well, they get in a fight, of course. They see each other together. They drive together. They show up.
They beat up a guy for no reason.
They beat up a guy for no reason, and then they beat up each other, and then they beat up each other on some guy's car, and the guy's like, "Oh, my car! My
What
sweet
kind of a car? Does it matter what kind of a car it is?
Yeah, they kick him right in the face. It's a pretty sweet scene.
That is a great scene.
This is the start of the movie, in
I
my
think
opinion.
That's where it
because
hooked me the first time.
There's a sense of comedy in this film. Like, we know it's fucking dumb. We know that, like, there has been some things already set up as far as comedy, but this is really the first joke in the film, is kicking the guy in the face because these nutsacks are rumbling in a McDonald's parking lot.
Yes.
I think this may actually be a comedy.
But I think Mike had the real disadvantage because, he was inside the restaurant, so he probably already eaten a whole bunch of McDonald's and had a turd, like, waiting.
He did the classic mistake. Went in. What do you want? There's people behind him. You got to make a decision. I want the McFish.
Oh, no!
You don't want the McFish.
And then they were like, one McFish. And then he eats it and just like it's... You eat it, and it's just like, it punches you in the stomach all the way out your butt.
So that fight was really not a fair fight.
No. But Mike wins. Mike always wins.
Mike always wins.
And never drops his toothpick.
Yeah, he does. In the very first fight scene against the criminals, he drops his toothpick.
Don't bust my bubble. Son, don't do it.
Not with a toothpick.
Your toothpick bubble. Well, they have to, after beating each other up, they have to go, all right, let's go deal with this Susie bullshit. So they go and say they trim some hedges, as we've discussed, that has nothing to do with anything.
So that people don't get suspicious.
These
The kidnappers who
hedge trimmers
are master at surveillance. No, they're in a warehouse jerking each other off.
Yeah, they are not there doing that. So part 2 of Kathy Showers Lily's plan is to show some pictures of Susie.
It's not her plan. Mike has to fucking ask her, and then she has to think about it. Oh, yeah, there's probably some over there. There's a picture of her in her own room. Like, I'm gonna go over here and look at a
No,
picture
she
of
set this
myself.
up. She knows how to. She knows how to play these two guys' buttons. This is all part of her master plan that will be revealed at the end of this film. Sam, I am telling you. Oh, we just happen to be in Susie's room. Wouldn't you like to know what she looks like, David?
No, that's Mike.
Oh, there's a picture of her right over here. Take a look at her.
Wait, no, this is Mike.
Yeah, this is Mike. The
No,
first guy that sees the picture is Mike.
Why did you tell me that? What goddamn it, Lily?
Punch you in the ovaries.
Either way, first off, they say the exact same lines. Oh, she looks just like me. She doesn't look like either of them. Exact same lines delivered. Both of them believe that they are the father of Susie.
Yeah. She looks like Tackleberry.
She looks like Tackleberry. She is definitely not Tackleberry's kid, because that is established that Tackleberry's been only around for a few years, not 6 to 7.
I'm not sold that she's not Tackleberry's kid.
So their first move is to find the helicopter that has kidnapped Susie. It was used in the kidnapping. And so they go to a bookstore.
Mike's like, did you give me what I asked for? Here it is. Oh, it's a good description of the helicopter. And it's like a piece of paper, and written on it is like, it flies. That's the one. Let's get these fuckers.
Well, that's why he has to go to the bookstore to see pictures of choppers, is because he's got such a good description of
David.
it.
That's David
David.
that goes.
Oh, I get these guys mixed up.
No, Mike just starts pounding the pavement. He's going to rough dudes up and find the answers.
Right, like he goes back to the precinct and they're like, is this the helicopter? And the guy's like, no. Is this it? No. He's got like pictures of him. But David's like, calls his bookstore connection. He's like, pull me all the information you have on helicopters. And she's like, dude, this is a fucking bookstore, not a goddamn
And
library.
it's a small bookstore. We've mostly got Anne Rice here.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? There's no pictures of helicopters in an Anne Rice novel.
Yeah, the dirty books that we have that we sell most of our inventory for, nah.
Well, either way, they both end up at the chopper rental. in not the same time, but in varying times, the chopper rental company that has rented the bad guy chopper. The bad guy chopper rental. If you need a chopper and you're a bad guy, come to us.
And then the guy that I
We've
don't
got
know
choppers.
who this guy is, but he's a familiar 80s, 90s tough.
The chopper rental guy?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen his face.
He plays Wild Bill in the new HBO series.
Oh, nope, that's not him.
Yes, it is.
Really don't think so.
The new HBO.
The new
which-
HBO
the
series called Deadwood from 10 years ago.
Oh, Deadwood
that
from
new
10
one
years ago.
that was canceled
He was Wild
10
Bill.
years ago. Anyways, I don't think he is.
I don't think it's Well Bill.
Yeah.
It might be.
Well, first, Mike shows up. Mike gives him the old tough guy treatment. Tell me where they are. No, it's confidential. I'll stick your fan in the face. Your face in the fan.
The one of the best lines in the movie. How much is it going to cost? I don't know. How much is it? $60.
$60. Yeah.
Like, you're not good at this.
But he's confident.
Yeah. $60.
$60.
That's
what it
all I
costs.
can fit in my underwears because I don't have pockets in my sweatpants.
Well, he takes off. David shows up. Same rigmarole again. How much is it going to cost? $500. Oh, I've got that. I can do that. I can swing $500. Oh, but it's getting cold in here.
Yeah, turn on the fan.
Turn
that
on the fan.
might whack you in the
That
face.
might whack you in the face. So you're led to believe again that David is going to stick the chopper rental guy's face in the fan just as Mike did, because essentially they're the same guy. Oh, but the movie pulls a one-over on you. He doesn't. He just pays the man, because David's
Non-violent.
non-violent.
And then that guy is a Talkie McTalkerson.
David?
No.
the helicopter guy.
Helicopter guy is like starts just spilling his guts about everything.
Shark tattoos, mercenaries, all of it.
Pays cash, didn't ask any
Fuck it.
questions, fuck it.
They're not coming back. Fuck it. Or are they?
Well, either way, the chopper guy ends up dead.
Because they came back.
Yeah, and they hung him.
It looks like they locked him up with a bicycle chain.
I was thinking one of those really long red rope licorices,
Yeah,
but it was the
it's-
black licorice kind.
It's one of those Bell, like, it's the cable that's hollow, so it's real hard to cut through.
Mm.
They used that, and they locked him up to his chair, and then he found a way to hung himself.
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
Well, meanwhile, Tackleberry's at the yacht club. He's met a guy named Attila.
he's had this. This is his guy.
Oh, it's his guy.
Yeah.
He's got his own guy. There's too many guys.
When he was the DA, that's what they say later. When he was the DA, he used to
Attila.
use this PI. What? He was the DA, and then he became a plumbing CEO? Who's writing this? Gino Hodai.
Well, wait.
Brilliant film genius.
Who plays Attila?
Attila.
Yeah.
He was a badass.
Who is Attila?
He's
He
a
is a-
PI.
Yeah, he's a PI who is a pothead who is just looking to get his next score. I mean, he's living on his boat. If they ever evict him out of the harbor, then he'll just go out there
a private
a little ways.
investigator that is a pothead if he's that badass. Because he's too badass. Like, he's super badass.
Kind of. I wrote down what he's packing around with him in his fanny pack. He's got a fanny pack. He can't be badass. It's the most badass fanny pack ever.
He does. He's an inconceivable badass because he's more badass than David and Mike. By the rules of this film, he's the most
Kind of.
badass guy in this film.
And I hope he makes it.
I think he kills more people than anybody else.
Well, I think he makes it though too. Like,
I
because they're
hope
like,
so.
there's a guy with a hole in him. You never find out. But
They
I
don't
just
say
feel
here's
like
a dead guy.
no,
There's
yeah,
just a guy with a hole in him.
He was like, and they called an ambulance and he made it and he went back to his boat. He's okay.
Well, either way, back at the chopper company, the cops have showed up and arrested David because they believe that he is the one that's killed the chopper guy.
And he's impersonated a police officer
And
because he
impersonated a
lifted
police
Mike's
officer.
wallet.
So they take him to jail. This shit is fucking crazy.
This is when it hits 11.
This is definitely not jail in L.A. Jail in L.A. cannot be like this. This is too weird. I understand that jail in L.A. is probably not the best place you want to go, but it can't be this weird. This is impossibly strange.
Well, why is it impossibly strange?
There's
Because down the stairs.
there's some guys already in jail.
2 of them are actually farmhands, and they just kind of hang out and talk about things.
There is also in the background, I don't know if you guys ever saw this guy, but there is a total nerd. Like,
there's
skinny, goofy glasses, messed up hair, geek t-shirt. He's there in jail, too.
Yeah, the guys that were the truck drivers are in jail as extras, and they're talking. They've got pearl-snapped button-up shirts.
A very eclectic group. with a leader named Crazy Willie. Why is he Crazy Sam?
Booba!
Booba!
You want to Crazy Willie? Booba!
I put my penis in your butt. Booba!
Yeah, they want to rape David. All of them want to have the sex overtly with David. Like, pin this one down. It's time to have our way with him. All of us. We're going to chain this guy, or we're going to train this guy. Choo-choo train, train him to be preventing us at raping him.
The deputy puts him in with the handcuffs on because he knows all about Booba.
Booba!
He's probably outside with popcorn right there. He's like, you guys get in here, Booba's back.
Yeah, so he beats all of them up with no hands.
Except Booba.
Except for Booba,
who runs into
beats
the wall.
himself up. Yeah.
It's just so dumb.
Crazy Willie.
Crazy Willie.
That is a scene for sure. So Mike shows up and bails David out. And they have a bro down. The second of many bro downs. It's your fault you got in there on your own. Your face is your fault. Shut up!
Maybe you shouldn't use violence with your stuff in your sweatpants.
Well, they have their bro down leads to a bro hug, and they decide to partner up. You know, we gotta work together to free this Susie girl. Can't be fighting all the time. So they go looking for the Merc that was mentioned by the chopper rental guy.
Chopper rental guy who spilled it all.
And the first place they decide to go to is a pool hall that's filled with mercs.
No, they went to the hookers outside of Club Hollywood, who just told them everything.
Oh, right. That's what leads them to the pool hall. It's just like, step one.
It's not even a
talk
pool
to
hall.
hookers. Step 2.
They say
Hookers will
one of
reveal
those,
information.
Like, we're not going to change the script, just go with it. And they're in the souvenir shop. So they go into the souvenir shop. It's a Merc bar that where money exchanges hands for pool.
Where many men have many knives.
They're not Mercs, but they're Mercs.
These guys, I don't think, are mercs. There's a fat guy sitting at the bar. He can't be a merc.
They're all in Nom Man.
They're all drunk as shit.
They're all in Nom Man.
Some of them are doing probably some peyote in the back. A little opium here and there. I mean, it's fucking Philippines. I mean, L.A.
It's L.A.
Yeah. Well, they get in a fight, looking for info. Some guy dies.
The shark guy dies. The guy they were looking for.
Yeah, with the shark tattoo. And Mike is such an asshole because he totally provokes everything.
Yep.
He did. He started this fight. He didn't finish it. The guy that got stabbed in the chest by his buddy.
He finished it.
Yeah. Well, the Merc's dead. Now what do we do?
Let's take his butt rice and see what's going on with that. Oh, it's cash.
It's cash. Oodles of cash in fast food.
Just rice. No cash.
Cash.
No rice.
So now they decide to go to the Chinese restaurant?
They're hungry.
This restaurant that they happen upon seems awfully convenient to the plot of this film.
It sure does.
Everything happens there.
And Attilas shows up. He's been tailing them.
When did he start doing that?
He's been doing it since the boat.
I guess.
He's that good.
He is that good. But they order some Chinese food, and the guy that they just happen to be looking for comes on in. He walks
shows
upstairs. So
Chinatown, man.
So of course they go upstairs. What's upstairs?
Brothel.
Hookers. Hand jobs.
Bootang.
Boot. Mama-san, say you paid now!
The, in the trivia in the .5, the owner of the club that was so gracious, this is his club.
Does it actually have happy endings upstairs?
I wonder if that's the graciousness.
Because usually you just get a fortune cookie with your Chinese food, which I don't like. I'm not really sure if I like the upstairs either.
Well,
Probably smells.
Just give me a good deal on the Chinese food. So they go upstairs to investigate, and there's the hookers, and the hookers are...
unreceptive, except the one.
Except for one hooker, who's very receptive to not their wiles, but given up the information.
She wants out.
Yeah, she wants out. She's not happy. So she tells them that,
She tells David, she starts spilling the beans, and before she can spill all the beans, Mike has already fucked everything up again, and guys with guns are chasing him. Because he's a super cop.
but he does, or she does tell them, or David, that she knows where the girl is. She just doesn't
Yeah.
have time to say specifically where the girl is. I know where she is. Oh shit, this place is raining bodies now, thanks to Mike.
Thanks to Mike.
You gotta get me out of here,
We gotta
David.
go. Why? Because I'm Mike. And I do this shit wherever I go. Wherever I go, this shit happens.
So there's guys with guns, and they're shooting out, and knives are being thrown, and again, bad guys are shooting each other, but not Mike and David. And windows are being broken, and people are going through walls, and
They're like privacy stall things. Hand job barricades.
it's full on action time, though.
Yes.
We're gonna
Trash
kick your
cans.
guys' ass. This is the first time that I realized that these guys were willing to kill to get things done. Because at first, everybody's just getting killed because they're inept. Not Mike and David. They're not doing anything. They're just avoiding bullets. But then all of a sudden, they're shooting guys.
It's time, 180.
Yeah.
Miami Connection takes over early.
Oh, yeah. So they get out of there, and many men fall to their deaths and die, and now there's bodies out in the street, and people are downstairs eating Chinese food, I'm to infer, because there's no panic on the streets about shots fired or
No.
anything. I think that everybody's just enjoying their dinner. The Chinese food is too good. Who cares if men are dying? Delicious. So they are told by the hooker that the girl is being held at a warehouse where people do not work.
No, well, one guy works there.
Yeah, the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper.
But he's got a pretty cush job. Let's admit it.
I don't know. I think they're only paying him one Budweiser per 30 minutes.
That's all you need to stay drunk enough all day.
Yeah. We'll get the gate for you. You know what? Just sit there and drink. We'll get the gate, buddy.
The gate is a pretty much a sliding screen door.
Screen door. Yeah.
Made of 2x4s and chicken wire.
Yep.
It's lunchtime. Crack a beer.
So it's that guy's breakfast time is crack a beer.
Upstairs at the warehouse, there's kickboxing.
Well, I think
Thank
that
God.
they're all playing the most dangerous game.
Never hunt a man.
No.
Oh.
The most dangerous game of grab ass.
Oh, yeah,
that's ever
totally.
been played. Because
Yeah.
it's like they're not fighting to the death. They're not kicked. They're playing rough grab ass upstairs. Nice game. They're bored and they're playing grab ass with bruises. That's the game they're playing.
They're playing, I really don't know karate, but I'm gonna pretend.
I've got scorpion boots and I'm gonna put my tongue out and punch you in the face.
Oh, the big guy.
The big guy.
guy in his tongue. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Is he gay?
No,
Is the big guy
You know what
gay?
I'm thinking he is? I think that he was a national wrestler.
No,
a
not
wrestling
in
star.
real life.
Yeah.
His character. Is he gay?
No.
Because he seems to like to want to lick David when they capture David, and like there's innuendo about him, like he's ripping David's shirt off, you know, and like I'm gonna. He doesn't say anything, but like his attitude seems to me like I'm gonna grab you, boy, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's whatever. Well, bandana guy gets beat up by giant guy, and then flips it and beats up giant guy.
He cheats. He's a dirty fucker.
Yeah. They're looking for bandana guy. I guess we should clarify that now.
They found Banana Guy.
Well, while they're snooping around the warehouse, two guys see them. There's some shots fired, and of course, they shoot them. They rumble. Everybody fights. More fighting. More punches thrown. They get captured and taken upstairs to the kickboxing arena. So
They get captured and then left in the room with Susie.
oh, yeah, Susie, for a minute.
And they sit awkwardly. Like, they become more than friends in this scene.
I think that they've already been more than friends. There is already a sense of showdown in Little Tokyo that is going on in this movie. They're a little too friendly throughout the whole thing, in my opinion, in their unfriendliness to each other.
No, it's that awkward tension when you don't like
tension.
somebody
Yes.
because you want to have sex with them.
Yes. Well, they have to fight to the death. Xavier comes in and says, "You guys want to free the girl? too bad. You want to get out of here? You're going to have to fight to the death. Only one of you gets to leave. Here's some shitty fucking weapons.
A hook, a
stick.
hatchet, a stick, and another stick? Two sticks, a hook, and a hatchet.
That's exactly the notes I have. Stick, hatchet, hook, stick.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they have to fight
with those.
and kill each other, apparently.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Well, Attila shows up. Maybe it would have worked. I don't know.
This
But
is-
Attila has arrived.
This is the point that I've introduced this film to a number of people, and this is the laugh to the point of tears every damn time.
I fell out of my chair, for sure. This is the oh my god moment of this show. Is Attila uses a trap to...
More gadgets. Attila gadgets.
Attila gadgets, and the gadgets are cockroaches. And puts the cockroaches on the guy's pants, and the cockroaches start climbing around on the guy's pants. Cut back to fighting. Cut back to Guy. Hey, what are these?
It's supposed to
I got cockroaches on me.
There's so many things that could happen here. Like, how is this gonna work? And then he just bends over and looks at the cockroach. Crack. Right in the
Attila
head.
bonks him. He bonks him. That's his game plan. I have brought cockroaches
And
into this fight
when you-
just so I could bonk a guy.
When you watch it go down, you're like, to be honest, that's the most practical thing you could do there.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I thought the guy was going to start doing the antsy pants dance or
Yeah,
something.
So, like,
run
he was
away,
gonna-
jump out a window, something like that.
It was going to be, he was going to cause a
or they're
distraction.
poisoned or something.
Something like he was going to cause a distraction, like and then everybody's going to pay attention to him, and then the three of them could then together escape. But no, he just bonks the guy.
There was a
and
distraction.
and then stands where he was, and nobody notices
Nobody notices.
because that Attila is one sneaky motherfucker.
Attila. Well, Attila finally springs them when they're about to kill each other, and because David gets the thumbs down. Mike is supposed to kill him, but he doesn't. Attila springs them all. They shoot a bunch of guys. They blow their way out of that place. They fight like 10,000 elderly Korean or Filipino guys.
And that's when the organ music just sort of comes in hard, not at the beginning, but awkwardly about 5/8 of the way through the scene.
The stings. Well, Attila drives off with Susie after they spring her out of there. And the guys are stuck without a ride.
Right, because Attila has popped their tires.
Is it Attila?
No,
that
the
pops
guys
tires?
have popped the tires.
What guys? She
How do
might
you
be
know,
right.
Here's the other thing. Did they get there in the van? Because they were on foot the entire time. They didn't have the van forever.
They never drive the van.
They never drive the van there.
But who popped the tires?
Who drove the van there?
I don't know. Maybe it was one of the bad guys' van. And they were like, we'll
It's
steal
their
this van.
It's got the landscaping thing on the side of it.
God damn it. Well, either way, they cannot drive back to the house.
And Attila doesn't stop. They're like, hey, wait for us. And he's like, my name is Attila. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I've got Susie. They have to walk in the mud in the rain, and guess what rain and mud means when these two guys are walking together?
Bro fight.
The temperature's rising.
Even though it's raining, it's still hot.
Yeah. They got to wrestle in the mud for a bit.
It was sexy.
Until
Until it
again,
happens.
they are interrupted by all of the bad guys.
And item number 2 in wow. Actually, this is wow moment number 3. What's the difference? Wait, did you write it down?
Justice is when somebody does. Revenge is when you do it.
No, that's... You know the difference between justice and revenge? Justice when somebody does it. Revenge is when you do it. What? And you know it's supposed to be justice is when somebody does it. Revenge is when you do it.
No,
But
I
there
still
is
don't get
no
it.
emphasis.
I know that you think you get it. I don't get it when you say
That's
it.
all you can...
There's nothing there. It's one of the
Justice-
shittiest lines ever.
It's so bad. And there was no inflection. And that's one of the things we talked about afterwards, is that the guy doing the sound mix is basically doing it hot. And for whatever reason, they're like, oh, we got to match this guy's lips. So they run the line like that because he said it like that. But it doesn't matter when the whole thing's done and said and done. The guy that was like fighting for them to use the line the way it was said on screen
How about
is
this?
like, wow, it didn't matter. I just fought for nothing.
I'm going to interpret this. Here's my best interpretation. Justice is something you can have. Revenge is something you get.
or do?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
can't
know.
make sense of that line. Either way, warehouse guys show up. They fight. They're bros again after taking everybody down. They get a car somehow.
They take their car. That's the guy's
But they're
car.
walking. What guy?
The guy from the Merc bar, the
Where's
white
his
pants
car?
guy. He was in that car in like 4 scenes.
Yeah, but where's the car?
He had. They went. Hey, we saw that guy. We know he has a car. Let's go find it. 6 hours later, they drive back.
I don't know. Well, they drive to the house. Attila's already there. He's shot.
He's shot. He's got a hole in him.
A van's parked there that they apparently couldn't drive back somehow. Mr. and Mrs. Hanson have gone to the bank. The bank is a cabin in the woods or up on the hill.
Again with the plan. Let's get these guys to come in here. Let's not call them or figure out what's going on. Let's just, you know what? Let's go to the bank. And then you're like, oh, what about those guys? Oh, fuck those guys.
Oh, fucking
Those
cares.
guys are dickheads. I just wanted to see if they'd
I
bang
have
me.
no idea what they're up to.
Yeah.
Well, Susie's strapped to a mattress in the cabin, and the bomb.
Cabin.
The mattress
This is the
bomb.
cabin
Yeah, the
that
cabin.
millionaires have.
Yes.
It's a freaking dingy.
It's a shed.
Dingy?
Yeah.
It's a
Dingy?
shed. Dingy?
Dingy is a compliment to this
Oh,
thing.
yeah. You wouldn't want to put your lawnmower in this fucking thing.
It's worse than
But
anything.
it's got a nice painting in it. Art director.
And a mattress.
That's right.
It's got a painting and a mattress in it. Tommy Wiseau was the art director of this film. I'm surprised there's
People
not a-
live here. Can't you
surprised
tell?
there's not
There's
a-
a mattress and there's a cot and a painting.
and
This is a home.
and some draperies and a picture with spoons in it.
Oh, okay.
Well, it turns out that Tackleberry is the guy. Tackleberry set it all up. He did it
Tackleberry's
for
the
the
bad guy.
money and hatred.
For
He
the company,
hates-
because you should have had this company the whole time. Yes, you should have. Ultimately,
hate
I agree with you.
I hate you, Kathy Showard. I hate you, Susie.
I hate you, everybody. I hate
Everybody
them too.
Sucks.
I side with Tackleberry second after I side with Francis.
So he's the guy, and so Kathy Shower has to stay there and help Susie, who's strapped to a mattress. But meanwhile, outside, Tackleberry's shooting his buddies. He doesn't kill them, though. But Mike and David show up. They come inside the cabin, obviously having to had walked right by all of everything that was going on outside and doing nothing about it.
Yeah, screw those guys.
These dickheads.
These dickheads.
Well, the bad guys show back up with mega guns.
Yeah.
They've all amped it up a little bit.
And a big wad of dynamite.
Oh, yeah, the dynamite.
Guy who showed up two
Not-
scenes ago has got the dynamite
He doesn't
now.
bring grenades, he brings dynamite.
Dynamite. And then he makes a bad throw.
Yeah.
Because he blows that dynamite up real nice about 6 feet away from where it would do any damage.
It does. On screen, it doesn't look like that, but you're led to believe that we gotta ditch this cabin because this thing's about to blow.
Yeah.
They're tossing dynamite at us. We gotta get out of here. How are you gonna
And
get
it's-
out of here?
Well, probably with a double karate kick.
Double karate kick, punch through the wall. Hiya!
Good thing this cabin's so shitty.
The wall just completely falls over.
It's 100% modular. Wow, we kicked right through this wall with
Yeah.
perfect cuts in a 90-degree angle.
When they're looking at Gino Hodai's script, they're like, how are we going to build something that we can kick through a wall? And he's like, this is Manila. There's like everywhere.
That's every
Just
house.
wherever you want to go.
So the cabin explodes, of course. Big explosion, good explosion. I liked it. Beach fight.
Oh, God, the beach fight.
The endless beach fight. Mike is shooting guys. Guys are shooting at him.
Kathy Shower's shooting guys.
David is
Beating
punching
guys up.
guys. Guys are punching him. It's very,
Tackleberry's rolling around in a helicopter
with a mega gun.
with a machine gun, not a submachine gun, a machine gun.
Yeah,
He's
it's like
got a 100-rounder.
it's like a Thompson.
Yeah, it's not a Thompson. It's like a British-made equivalent to an M60.
Yeah. Well, of course, the big guy has to rip David's shirt off so they can have shirtless fight, and they fight. Tackleberry's flying around in his chopper shooting. More guys rappel down because there's not enough guys. Endless guys.
They rappel down to a fast death.
Yeah, they rappel down and get
And
shot
they're
in
like,
the face.
we're in water and we can't move fast. So then Mike just shoots him. That's what you would do. That's realistic.
The big guy dunks David. Bad plan.
Bad plan. Reverse.
I like the fact that he didn't just dunk David, but he also dunked himself. Like grab the guy by the ponytail. You're behind him. to put this in the viewer or the listener's mind's eye. You're behind a guy and you're in the water and you grab him by the ponytail and you force him down face first. But at the same time, you go in so hard that you also bend over into the water and dunk yourself, and then pull both of you up at the same time.
And lose your only advantage, gravity, when you're bigger.
Yeah. Well, David flips him around and then strangles him. Tackleberry shot out of the chopper. I was disappointed that the chopper didn't explode.
No, the chopper was like, again, realistic. We're fucking out of here.
Yeah, we're out. We're done. Xavier snags Lily. There's a showdown. Oh my god, he's got me. But Xavier, again with the bad day bullshit. Have a nice day. Nice line, Xavier. He had a bad day.
Nice days. He was fixated with having a nice day.
Yeah, have a nice day was his closer. Meanwhile, afterwards, after they get Susie back and everything's over, back at the pool, freeze frame closeout. Doo-doo-doo.
My 2 dads and my 1 mom, and they all sleep in the same bed with me.
Which is my number one question. Is this movie overtly saying wobbly H, or are we just perverts and think that there's a wobbly H going on?
I'm pretty sure it's a wobbly H.
I don't know what a wobbly H is.
The Golden Bridge, or the London Bridge.
Bridge.
Ear.
An H. Now, make an H out of your hands, and then wobble it.
Oh, God.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, the wobbly H.
Yeah, the wobbly H is when they just do it. The London Bridge is when they join hands at the top.
Yeah, high five. So we're all in concordance that's what's
That's
happened.
Kathy Shower's plan.
I think that's what Kathy Shower's plan from the get-go was.
She's actually the one
to
that set
bait
it up.
them both into this three-way.
She knew that Tackleberry
For
was
life.
gonna-
It's a for-life three-way.
Yeah, she knew that Tackleberry was going to try to do something drastic to take the company, and that the only way that she could get these guys back to be her double husbands was to bear his child and then tell them that it was their kid, and then have an adventure, and then they'd all like each other.
Except for the timing doesn't line up with it actually being
Or
Tackleberry's
so we think. He was there. He could have been drunk.
No, he wasn't. He showed up like 2 years before.
No, he was working at the company the whole time.
Oh, Christmas office party.
Yeah.
All right, on the fax machine.
Yeah, I think that Tackleberry's
Who
the dad.
has not gotten pregnant on the fax machine at an office Christmas party?
Yeah.
I know I have. Boy, howdy. Jackie,
That was my big question: is who does she choose?
who does she choose?
But I don't think she chose anybody.
No, the choice is quite clear, I think. My first question is this a sequel?
No.
No.
Well, I guess none of us saying American Kickboxer 1 would really give us the authority to
It
make
is
that decision.
Quite one of the only things that you can read about this that's a consensus is this is not a sequel to American Kickboxer.
Gotcha. Sam, what's your question?
Attila has a bag of tricks, a fanny pack full of tricks.
Fanny pack of death.
The only thing we see him pull out of the fanny pack is garlic and cockroaches.
Correct?
What else does he have in his fanny pack?
Dope.
Dope? Oh, pot. You mean pot.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure pot. For sure pot.
Maybe some mushrooms.
That was a weird thing with the garlic. I almost thought that it was like implying that the garlic were drugs. Like, of course I brought my own. Like bulbs, like maybe bulbs of something.
No, he was just wanting some garlic.
And he has it in his fanny pack. Okay. Iodine, for sure. Of course he would have iodine.
Chloroform.
Chloroform. Yes, definitely chloroform. Probably one of those universal car keys that opens any car
A
in the
lockpick
world.
set?
Not a lockpick set, just
I'm going to go with a lockpick set.
no, he's got his own device. He's got something that doesn't actually exist.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely got a
Attila.
condom in there somewhere.
Ooh, rubber? No, I think he goes bareback. Attila doesn't need condoms. He has no time for condoms. Such silly things.
No, he has condoms just because he might be able to use them for something else besides sex.
Oh yeah, sure. The classic take a guy out
Yeah.
by sticking a condom over his head until he can't breathe anymore. Done that once or twice.
Smuggling his drugs through the airport.
Yeah. Maybe some books on tape. Self-help books.
Gum.
No.
He's got gum.
That's all I can come up with. Where are you going with this?
Oh, I was coming up with it. I think that we're on there. He's got garlic, roaches, chloroform, a homemade lockpick thingy, matches, and a lighter, because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
A condom, and a half-pound of marijuana.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Jackie, do you have another question?
No, that was my only one is who'd she end up with? But then you're like, no, she's a whore. She's got both of them.
All right. My only really question, and
I have another one.
no, you've already answered it. Fax machine. Never mind. Go ahead, Sam.
Who is the best actor in this movie?
Kathy Shower.
David.
Xavier.
Mm-mm.
Xavier is believable.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it at all.
Kathy Shower's terrible.
I think she was fine.
She's awful.
The little
I'm
girl, she's
so
all drugged up the whole
concerned.
time.
Yeah, no, she's not. She's not the best actor. The little girl is definitely not.
Yeah, she's one of the worst.
Look what I drew. What?
She had one or two lines and blew them both. Yeah, no, she sucks. Everybody sucks in this film. Moving on to recommendations. Should you view this movie?
Absolutely.
100% do.
Yes, do.
It is great.
I tour this thing. I show this to everybody.
It's a find for sure. I think my opinion of this film is that I have never seen worse stunts. Now, let me set this up a little. I have seen worse fight choreography for sure. Barbarian Queen comes to mind. These are the worst performed stunts I have ever seen on film.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Half-assing it.
It
Half-assing
is
stunts.
amazingly great stunts.
I think that we have to start looking for Gino Hodai's other 11 films or whatever.
One
9.
take. Oh yeah, that's good enough. We'll let this go.
I know that I only have this much time.
Man falling
I
downstairs.
know these old men aren't capable of stunts, so whatever they give me, I'm taking and I'm putting it on screen.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love it. Total do. Good find. Hopeful for year in review. For sure. Anyways, that's the end of the show. Sam, take us out.
Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.